Good afternoon. It is July 3rd, and normally in about an hour or so, I would be preparing to go on Zoom for our weekly strategy session. But in lieu of this being the barbecue season in the black community in the United States, and the fact that for the last week, my niece, her partner, and their two children, 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, are here at my home. Plus, my sister and her children, my brother-in-law, his children are also here. Got a house full. So I won't be able to give my attention for 2 hours tonight, because I got to start barbecuing tonight and keep the house in shape and all of that. So I wanted to make this quick video because tonight I wanted to talk about the major transit that's building up in this month. And remember, we're looking at this from the Western sidereal perspective. So the major transit that's building up is Mars in Leo, which has only been there for less than a week, in opposition to Saturn. And in this full moon chart, the Mars-Saturn opposition is happening across the second and the eighth houses of the chart. Now, before I go there, let me just talk about this from a personal perspective. For those of you with planets and points in fixed signs, planets meaning Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, will go that far, all right? Or points, as in the ascendant, in either Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. This month has the potential to be difficult. Not the entire month, but there will be moments of difficulties, most likely when the moon is in fixed signs beyond tonight's full moon. Okay, there could be 2.5-day periods, about 60-hour stretch, where people with planets in those houses may have to deal with, at the very least, frustrations, anger, delays, or feelings of loneliness and isolation, mild depression. If you're already depressed, there could be a severe battle with depression, albeit brief, during this cycle of time. If you got triggers, if you have triggers, take your finger off of it, because something could happen that triggers you, all right? This is the month where if you think you struggle with patience, the source, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, will provide opportunities for you to either see that you need more patience or that you have learned to be patient. Now, all patience is remaining calm in times of frustration, right? A frustrating event could be stuck in traffic, Mars opposite Saturn. Frustration could be having to battle with authority that you have no way of winning. That could be very frustrating, all right? You want to work hard on finding resolutions rather than fueling your ego and satisfying your ego, all right? This could be a time where if there's no external events, this could be a time where your own inhibitions and your own insecurities can become your own worst enemy, right? This could be a time where repressed energy through interactions with another person can be brought to the surface. On an extreme level, and ironically, this happened around the time that Mars moved into sidereal Leo, there could be violence, right? I don't know if you've seen the news, but in Baltimore over the weekend, there was a mass shooting at a party. A mass shooting at a party, right? Mars is the shooter, Leo is the party, and Saturn is death. There was only 2 people that died, though, in this. Still, 28 others were injured, and nobody knows who did it. On a personal level, I think that this might have been a sanctioned thing for an agenda because we are moving into the election season. And if the right candidate is up in the next year, we will hear about this shooting again, and it will be used as fodder during the run up to the 2024 election. Okay, so let's see what happens there. This is a transit that is one of the most difficult ones, right? Ego conflicts is a possibility. Conflicts with authority is a possibility, or on a personal level, having to deal with your own inadequacies, your own insecurities being triggered for whatever reason. If any of those things happen, it is not the other person's fault. They are just reflecting back to you what you need to deal with. So don't get pissed off at them. Suck it up, buttercup, and resolve that issue within yourself. It's easy to blame others when we're triggered, especially if there's some deeply emotional stuff that makes us feel a certain way. In a lot of cases, the other person had no idea that we had that issue. So that means it's on us. It's on us to resolve it. Okay. Some may have to confront fears, right? Some may have to confront phobias. All right. On a very practical level, be careful with sharp instruments. Be careful with flammable liquids. Be careful when handling fire, right? For those people of the fixed sign variety, there could be some unnecessary drama that you have to deal with. Be the adult in the room, right? Be the adult in the room. Keep your emotions in check and deal with it from a logical and mature perspective rather than fanning the flames of your ego. Under this transit, things could get violent in the extreme cases, especially if Mars and Saturn are also triggered in your natal chart along with this transit. Most people will observe this from afar, like we are all, except for those of us who were in the vicinity in Baltimore, we didn't get to experience that on that level, right? But we learned about it, and this may be the extent of it for some of you others, where you learn about somebody having a hard time, but you don't deal with it on your own. It could still be a trigger within you where you have to deal with something familial, even something with finances could cause this frustration, cause delays. Watch out for road rage, because things could get violent. I'm not predicting violence for anyone in particular, but things could get violent. All right. This is one of the more challenging transits that we will see all year. Sometimes under this transit, conflicts with a parent. Saturn is an authority figure, and often authority figures is not only police or government officials, but authority figure can be a parent. All right. So for some of us, particularly the younger ones in the audience, you may have to deal with something along those lines with one of your parents. Watch out for emotional outbursts and tantrums. They will not serve you. This isn't the best time for negotiating a contract. This is not a time for starting anything new. This is a time where inner tensions can come out. This is a time when you can use physical activities to help you burn off some of this volatile energy. All right. So I just want to drop that little note on you. I was going to expound on this a lot more tonight, but I just don't see a way that I can get it done with all that's going on around the house tonight. So I'll see y'all next week.